Hello, 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 and welcome to a very special behind the scenes stream, I suppose. Sorry, I was just checking to see if I had sound, making sure I was actually visible. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually streamed off my laptop, so this is weird, very weird. Yeah, I'm streaming using OBS Studio, and I have to say it's pretty easy to set up. I mean, all my overlays work perfectly fine. I haven't dropped too many frames at the minute, 118 frames. My CPU is not doing too bad. Mind you, this is only running at 30 frames a second because if I was to run it at 60, we'd have a lot of problems. Many, many problems. I'm talking bazillions of problems. Well, for one, this thing's only packing a Ryzen 5 3500U, I think, off the top of my head. Can't remember. Um, and Radeon Vega 8 graphics. So it's not beastly, but it's not something to smirk at either. I mean, this is a mid-range laptop, and it seems to handle it quite well. It's not. This isn't handling too much, to be honest. It's only handling 4 scenes. One, two, three sources in the main scene. Got a break scene with 3 in there as well, and then we've got an end scene. This is literally going to be about 10 minutes just to give you an idea of what to expect for tomorrow. Obviously, it's not going to look like that. I'm still making some little tweaks here and there, so I want everything to look nice and flashy. It's surprising how easy OBS Studio is to use. If this version of it is especially easy to use. I can remember OBS in its earlier forms where it was really hard to use. I was an absolute pain in the ass. Now it's not so bad. See, there's so many different types of broadcasting software that you can use now. OBS, XSplit. Even Twitch have got their own one now, Twitch Studio, which you can get as well. So you've got different kinds of things that you can choose. You can chop and change depending on what you want to do. And it's nice because this is the first time where I've been able to use the just chatting tag, which is pretty good. So I'm quite pleased about that. And I mean, I'm very impressed at how quick and easy it is to stop streaming, start streaming. I've still got my chat bar on the left. I've got the stream information on the right. I can change the category. I would play a game, but I think if I played a game, it would probably make my laptop explode. So that's probably not a good idea. So yeah, this is what to expect tomorrow. We're going to have a few more things. I don't want to fill up the screen too much, if that makes any sense. I want it to be easy enough and enjoyable enough for you to watch. So it won't be a stream like my normal ones are. 2 seconds, I'm going to drink some water. So yeah, this won't be a stream like you're normally used to. This is what's called a co-stream. So if you've never heard of co-streaming before, it's basically taking somebody else's stream. So in this instance, it's Summer Game Fest, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m. It's taking their broadcast, putting it on my screen, and then broadcasting it on my channel. Obviously, some channels won't let you do that. It depends on how they want to do things. So that's their choice at the end of the day. There are some channels by default that will let you co-stream. Obviously, it depends if they've got any exciting content going on that you want to co-stream. If so, then you can do that. Yes, but it's basically doing that. Basically doing this. So I don't have a full screen capture, but basically, on OBS you would go to sources. You would then go to browser, and then you would, add a new browser layer in, and then you type in the name of the particular what do you call it, website. So in this instance, it's the Game Awards that are hosting this particular thing. So Summer Game Fest, I believe, is a project of the Game Awards, if I remember rightly. I'm not entirely sure. This is the first time that I watched it. I heard about it last year, but never actually got a chance to watch any of it. At the time, I think I was doing stuff. I can't remember. Yeah, technically, I'm really, really impressed. Okay, so I'm gonna just quickly show you the trailer for this, if it shows it to me. I'm gonna go here. Okay, we need to go that. Let's see if it's in here somewhere. See that one? Ah, here it is. Is it the channel trailer? That's 6 months ago, 17 days ago. It's this one here. Okay, we're going to increase that to full screen. I'm going to put that back there. I'm going to get out of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Summer Games Fest kickoff trailer here on the channel. Oh, bollocks.
These people came to see a show.
So you tell me, are you evil?
Can we post? Is there a hashtag?
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the very start. Off we go! Are you ready for the roller coaster ride of your life? Oh. I am a legend.
You have a deal.
Last time. I'm legendary. The world is mine. I am a legend. Last time. On top of the world. The world is mine. I am a legend.
Now would be a good time.
I am a legend. The world is mine. I am a legend. I am a legend.
We need to fight.
We thank you for waiting.
So that worked surprisingly well. I didn't think that was going to run as much as I thought it would. So I'll take that. So yeah, that is the channel. That's the trailer for it. I believe there's a longer trailer out there at about 1.5 minutes. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. Well, it's dropped a few frames, but it's still viewable. I think what I might do is might make the screen a little bit bigger to make it easier if you're on mobile. That might be a better solution. If you're watching this on a phone tomorrow, I might make the camera a little bit bigger, a little smaller rather, and see if I can try and... Can I move? I don't know, did that do anything? I just did something, and I don't know if it did anything on screen or not. Oh, yes, it did. Okay, that's cool. I can actually move stuff on screen while I'm live. That's crazy. I didn't think I didn't think that was going to work, you know. Oh, do you know what? I'm loving OBS right now. This is class. So I wonder if... fuck's sakes, stop moving that. I want to move the video. Okay. So if I move the video capture across there... nope. That doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, there's no like send to back feature. Yeah, I can't figure out how to do this. I might just leave it as it is, or fiddle about with the the size of everything, or even take the overlay out, but then I won't get any alerts of anything going on. The cool thing is, I could potentially have like another browser source hidden right behind that, turn the preview off, and then it's... I mean, yeah, I've got time. I've got time to like sort things out and stuff, so I'm looking forward to this, I really am. There's going to be some exciting world premieres that I'm not going to share with you. I already have watched a few videos that detail what the world premieres are like, but I can tell you there's going to be musical performances from Weezer. Yes, that's right, Weezer. Japanese Breakfast, the Sonic Symphony Orchestra, and special guests include Jeff Goldblum, Giancarlo Esposito, and many more. So, yeah, exciting. I am looking forward to that. So if you're just joining us, this is a very special behind-the-scenes look into my little preparation for the Summer Games Fest co-stream, which is happening tomorrow. The live event is taking place from 6 p.m. UK time, so be sure to check it out here on the channel, where I'll be broadcasting the event live as it comes in from Twitch. Well, live to a certain extent, because there's likely to be a delay. Because we know what, there's always going to be a delay of at least a few seconds from Twitch. Depends on like their connection and everything. I don't know how it's going to pan out. But yeah, you'll still be able to watch it in real time, and you'll hear my commentary on it. Of course, I'll try and be quiet as much as possible, because I want you all to enjoy it. I want you to have fun, and see all the different world premieres and all the different things that are going on. Okay, I think we're going to run this until about 8:45. I don't think there's much else to say, to be honest. I do like the fade animations. They're very quick, snappy. This is not taking up much in the way of PC resources, to be honest. My CPU is still at about 20%, which is not bad. This is running at 30 frames a second. The bitrate is staying around 2500. I have dropped a few frames, 400 frames, but that's like 1.6%. So it's not too bad. I'll take it. I've got a little bit of tinkering to do before tomorrow. I just want to make sure that everything looks nice, and in the future I might do more just chatting streams. Like this. I may even think about getting an Elgato Stream Deck, so if I do like just chatting streams, or stuff like that, maybe even integrating my podcast into this, adding in various different things. So yeah, this is really not a stream. It's just like, showing you what's going on, showing you what's popping, really. Welcome to anyone who's coming in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I mean, I'm loving the simplicity of OBS, which is what I'm using, and the fact is that you can move these, particular windows in real time while the stream is happening, which is a bit mad. Because I'm not doing anything else bar playing a video, or I'm only playing a video. I'm not playing a game, so I'm not relying on a game source or anything, which is good. It's not taking up much in the way of resources, which is really good. So yeah, that's really all I got to say on that one. Just to talk about it once more for anyone who's just joining. This is really my setup for tomorrow's co-stream of Summer Game Fest. So if you're around at about 6 p.m. tomorrow, well, it'll be about 5:50 when I start preparing stuff. So if you're around, be sure to come and check it out, because it's going to be a really, really good night of world premieres. I can tell you one thing. It's going to be It's going to be something Call of Duty being announced. Black Ops Cold War and Warzone Season, I believe it's 7. I think it's 7. So there's an announcement to do around that. I think it's 7. Don't quote me on that. I shall let the experts talk about that. I am in no way mean. I'm not a commentator. I'm not a games expert. Yeah, I'll leave that for tomorrow, where Jeff Keighley is going to be talking about some of the most anticipated games of the future as well, with some exciting musical performances by Weezer, Japanese Breakfast. The Sonic Symphony Orchestra is going to be on that show as well. I never thought I'd be watching Weezer, but you know, this is something exciting. They're releasing a new song which has something to do with the game. And to find out more about that, come along about 6 o'clock tomorrow. That's UK time. If you are elsewhere in the UK, in the world, let's take a look once more at that video. And you'll find out what time it is tomorrow. Oop, wrong one. Interact. Make that bigger.
These people came to see a show.
So you tell me, are you evil?
Can we post? Is there a hashtag?
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the very start.
Off we go!
Are you ready for the roller coaster ride of your life? Oh.
You have a deal. Now would be a good time.
We need to fight.
We thank you for waiting.
So yeah, there we have it. It is 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and 6 p.m. GMT, or that's UK time, I normally call it. So that will be tomorrow. That is the Kickoff live event, but it doesn't stop there. Summer Game Fest happens after that as well, but the live Kickoff show is happening tomorrow. There'll be much, much more to look out for. So head over to summergamefest.com to check out the full program of everything that's happening tomorrow night and coming up as well. So there's going to be some really, really exciting world premieres as well. So I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. I'm Welsh Dragon Gaming 1. That's the end of the stream. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.